Hi, and welcome. I just wanted to talk to you today about communication. Communication being the starting point of all things that happen to us um, or around us in our reality. Communication is very important, either the communication that we have for ourselves, with ourselves, or the communication that we have with others. Now, when we are communicating with someone, it's our responsibility to be able to communicate that message to them in a way that they can understand. It's our responsibility. So if I say something to you and I say, hey, grab the ketchup, and you get upset with me about that, it's my responsibility to know that I'm not communicating in a way that you would understand effectively. So if I say, hey, grab the ketchup for me, and you were like, the thing is, you've learned to ask for the ketchup one certain way. I've learned to ask for the ketchup a different certain way. So if I realize that that bothers you, then I would say, oh, I'm sorry. Would you mind grabbing the ketchup for me, please? At that point, you're probably going to grab the ketchup and hand it to me and thank me for, saying I apologize, because you've learned it one way and I've learned it one way. Um, that's true for communication with anybody about anything. Usually a lot of times people will want the same thing in a situation, but they just communicate it differently. So it helps to, know the people that you're with, but there are also other ways that you can hone in on communication styles with people. And I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but I will talk about it in another video. It's just building rapport, and also part of that is listening. We won't get into that. Communication in itself, communication also is with ourselves. So what we communicate to ourselves is going to determine what we're willing to do or what we're not willing to do. And the communication that we have with ourselves comes from past experiences, ways that we've thought about things in the past and they've worked for us, so we've just continued that. Whether that they're supporting us anymore now or not, we're communicating to our way or to ourselves in a habitual way. So in order to change communication with ourselves, we have to start first by being aware of the communication that we have with ourselves, and then changing the things that we communicate or the way that we communicate with ourselves. And you can do that by writing it down. You write down the things that you want. That's a mantra. That's a whole different video in itself. But the big thing is become aware of the communication that you have with yourself and start communicating to yourself in a way that you are going to benefit. So instead of, saying you're a loser because your mind wants to make that true, you say you're a winner because your mind wants to make that true. So I'll get further into why you want to communicate, but if you just know that if you say to yourself, I'm getting better every day at whatever it might be, I'm getting better at remembering things every day. I'm getting better at remembering things every day. And you write that down and you study that, guaranteed you're going to get better at remembering things every day, because your mind's going to seek out opportunities to make that true. This is about communication today, so I'm going to try to stay with that. But the communication we have determines the quality of our life. So the better that we can communicate with ourselves, the better our life will be. And the better that we can communicate with others, the more we can get things for ourselves that we want, which ultimately, again, is a lot of times people want the same things. They just are communicating in a different way. So when we can learn to communicate more concisely and accurately and practice that, then we will essentially make our lives better. Make it a great day. Like and share. Go to gameoflifetraining.com. I'm Aaron David Spiegel. Check out more videos, subscribe, and we'll see you around. Thanks.